Just 10 seconds before the start. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Race is on. Okay, the start went well. Different pilots are well positioned. As we can expect, they are reaching the first cumulus cloud in front of them. We are approaching the first turn point, just 4 kilometers away, 4 Hypnos, who is flying F123. And right now, after a few minutes of competition for the race 2 of the second FAI Virtual Sailplane Grand Prix, Vic Schoenemaker is turning the turn point 1 in first position. Kuba turning the turn point in second position. Mihaly Klos going for the third place at this turn point. And here, the group led by Benfest are much higher than the other. And okay, very interesting situation. We can see two strategies. The pilots who turn point 1 very low can't go to the mountain because they were too low. So it was not an option to make. But Benfest and the other have a sufficient amount of energy to go over the mountains and try to find a different weather situation. As we mentioned, there is some wind. Maybe the different ridge can give a strong behavior, strong dynamic behavior, maybe some good lifts all along the way through turn point 2. Thank you, team, for this great view, because here we can see the strategies and they are very, very different. None of them is straight to turn point 2, as you can see. The south option is the mountain one. We can see that right now, Benfest and the other are following the ridge, which is drawn on the map, and the other are going north down the valley. It is very clear right now with this view. The pilots on the mountain side are doing a great flight, very fast along the ridge. The ridge seems to give a strong amount of energy in the lift. So we will see, I think, a great race along the ridges for this leg.
Very nice view over the mountains here. Very nice view.
Yeah, Benfest has a great height right now over the mountain. It will not be disturbed by the small ridges which are perpendicular to the race and to the track. Is in great position to climb and to go fast all along the ridge. I think that Vitold tried to climb in a thermal with just 1 or 2 turns, but they decided not to stop and to race straight. Everyone is following the leaders. I think the option of the mountain was a good one.
Thank you, guys. Follow us on social medias and on Twitch and YouTube, particularly to continue watching the race. That was super close. That was super close. That's gonna be a warning. I'm gonna give a small warning there, guys.
We will
From
add
Yarmo.
the BPM of the commentators also.
Yeah. I was a bit nervous with that maneuver. Okay, that was impressive to watch. So turn point 1, Kelvin Van Balen from South Africa is leading the race now. He's taken an option to go straight in the valley and avoid some of the ridges that were east of that track. compared to the main pack, with a little bit behind, a few kilometers behind, but much higher. Well done, Kelvin. In his Ventus 3 and turning the turn point 2, sorry, now. Very well done, Kelvin. First position leading the race now. And behind him should be Witold Rozak. As you can see, a few kilometers behind. And then the full pack is just behind. There are approximately 10 pilots behind Witold now. That's super interesting because we've had a group with Witold doing the detour to avoid some downdraft and so on, going really upwind everywhere. And yeah, he's there, Witold. And you can see they're on the other side on another ridge, same direction, but on another ridge, just behind Benfest, Stewart, Sean, and Yarmo. They went straight in. That's interesting. Now he needs to climb, Witold, along that ridge. He will only pull when there are some good climbs throughout the ridge. It's really good. So the ridge flying is something a bit special. It's dynamic lift, and it's when the wind blows against the face of the mountain, of the ridge, and when the wind encounters the slope, it's forced to rise. It has only one way. It needs to go up, and then it gives this powerful energy that you have in the mountains when the air ascends the slope. It's very common to use ridge flying in the mountains, obviously, and you can fly that for long distances. You can use it very efficiently throughout your flight. So the good thing with ridge is that you don't have to stop to climb. You can just climb and continue flying along the ridges. Just continue as long as there are some ridges. You can just keep going, at least without losing altitude, and maybe you will get even more energy. So that's very interesting to use the lift produced by the ridges. So that's turn point 3 with Stewart Henshaw now leading the race at 1,700 meters, 230 kph. He needs to turn to the left to go to turn point 4. There is a valley to cross before joining the mountains. That's where 269 here is, but 269 needs to go to turn point 2 first. He's quite late on the race. Just behind him, we have Norbert Kiss turning the point. Benfest is here. He's turned the turn point 3 as well, and the 10 other pilots are just behind, still in the race for the win tonight.
Maybe we can go back to Condor to see the option they have to reach turn point 4. So turn point 4 is right now on the screen, just in front of us, and there are some cumulus clouds all along the way. Should be a good option, trying the cumulus.
Very well done. So Sean Churchill is there, the UK pilot. 1,300 meters, 206 kilometers flown so far in the race, approaching turn point 4 and leading the race for now, followed by still more or less the 10 same pilots behind. We have Jarmo Karjalainen from Finland, and we have a group with Witold Rozak, Wojciech Stolczyk, Benfest, some top contenders behind, but Sean is leading the race now and is taking an option before the arrival. Very good. I think it was a good option to continue on track and just to hope for something or go upwind. We will see what happens in the next few minutes with Sean. With Don.
So we have a leading group of Ben, Sean, and Witold, the 3 heading pilots in a good climb, it seems to be.
Exactly. It's a pretty good climb, almost 3 meters per second. We can stay there for a few minutes with some close-ins, and then we can go back to see what's happening with Tim Madsen and then with Jarmo, because they were here a few minutes ago leading the race and having they have taken another option than those guys who are at 1300 meters. So that's interesting for the end of the race. Yeah, he has a good option. I think it was good to slow down a bit and to try to get the best thermal. And now there is a really nice close street. So turn point 5 is just behind the logos that we have on the screen. Yeah, just in front of us now, turn point 5. Then to the left to turn point 6, a very short, a very short route. It is only 10 kilometers to go to turn point 6 from turn point 5, and then only 6 kilometers to the finish point in Pavulo to cross the line. So that's going to be very, very quick. Those final moments of the race, only 16 kilometers to go when we reach turn point 5. So that's really the last thermal of the day. They are focusing now, all the pilots, to get the best out of the last thermal that they can get tonight. Very, very impressive from the pilots, the race we've had today. Wojciech always well placed from the beginning, from turn point 1. I think when I joined, he was there amongst the leaders with Vitold. Jarmo has made a very good flight. Maybe we'll be able to get a good lift and join Wojciech in a few seconds. We can see Benfest and and Vitold just on the right there behind in the background, climbing in quite a good thermal, I believe. So it's not complete for them. It's not done yet. For sure, they are well placed to get the points. And I see Sean Churchill with Vitold and Ben at the same altitude as we said a few moments ago. They are just next to each other. Benfest is leading and leaving this thermal. I'm looking forward to see what's going to be this arrival. We can see Jarmo pushing, is a little bit below and maybe a little bit behind, but he's on a good side of a ridge. And I think he's taking a good advantage of the ridge. Jarmo Karjalainen there. Very good arrival. Wojciech Soltysic is pushing. He's very high now, Wojciech. And he will try to catch them from above. That's a very good plan. Very well placed, Wojciech, for the arrival. I think it's going to be interesting to watch his BPM before the crossing the finish line. I think it increases quite a lot for those guys. Is on profile
Yes.
with a MacReady of 3.7, probably is at 3.4, but is on profile for the final glide. Pushing at 220 is a very, very good margin for this arrival, and is a top contender for today's win. Okay, back.
Okay.
Thank you, team, for not missing this. We are back in the race. Turn point 5. Then they have only 16 kilometers to do before crossing the finish line. There are 5 pilots, wing to wings, willing to win this one. Wojciech is above all of them at almost 1500 meters now, reaching turn point 5. Witold Rozak, Sean Churchill, Benfest are there. And we have Jarmo
Jarmo.
Karjalainen just below, I believe, indeed. Crossing turn point 5 in just a few moments. Then they are going to turn to the left to turn point 6. Wojciech is really high, and now he's pushing at 260 kilometers per hour, going full speed. You see, he was just behind all of them when we were crossing the mountains going to turn point 4, just behind, higher, and he was waiting for the right time. He took his time to take the best cumulus at the end of the race for the last thermal, and now he's just going to win the race.
Yes, it's a great moment for him because yesterday he didn't score any points. So today it's a great moment. Maybe 10 points at the end of this race.
Just here, exactly. That's the reporting point, and he's turning towards the finish line. The first pilot, Wojciech Soltysic, today to cross the reporting point, was about to cross that. Joshua Arndt, much higher than the others. Maybe he can get the podium at the very end of the race. Maybe he can get the podium because he's pushing pretty hard. 260 kilometers per hour. Maybe we can have a look at Benfest to see his speed right now. I think it's going to be around 200. Yes, that's
Yes.
correct. So he's going 60 kilometers faster behind. So maybe he will be able to catch them. and to be a second or third. It's going to be very interesting from Joshua Arndt. We have Sean Churchill, Witold, Benfest, Wojciech about to cross the finish line now. Let's go to Wojciech for a few seconds to celebrate this win with him. Thank you,
Great
team.
view for the cockpit.
The bit rate is still good. It's still good, around
He's
100 BPM, calm. He knows he's gonna make it. He's watching his PDA very closely to just check that he's good. He has enough altitude, and the guys are well behind him. He's flying at 240 kilometers per hour. He doesn't need to push even more. Crossing the finish line, Wojciech with a wings show. Congratulations, Wojciech, for your win today. Amazing race from you at the back of the leading pack and taking good advantage of that race. Witold Rozak, is he second? I think so. Sean Churchill.
second
Sean
position.
Churchill is
third.
going to be third. We can zoom out on number 5. Yes, Benfest is going to be fourth there. Then we have Jarmo Karjalainen. Well done, Jarmo.
Wait.
Amazing flight today. Amazing flight. Joshua Arndt trying to beat him on the line. Not going to be enough. No. Joshua is going to be on 6th position. Very good flight. Spisech, of course, from Poland as well, is here.
DKM pushing to rise in the overall ranking. Maybe the other pilots need to climb a bit just before the finish line to respect the rules, and he do not have to do that. So pushing 280, very intense. Very intense.
No, it's not going to be enough for Tim. He's already at full speed. He cannot fly higher than this. They need to be careful.
Cross the
They
belly.
need to be careful.
No.
Oh, he's done it. He's done it. Well done, Tim. Amazing, amazing, Tim. Just on the line. Amazing.
Wow, it was just a few
amazing race. Well done. That's a show. That's a show. Well done, Tim. Well done. I think he's got the last point for today, Tim Madsen. We need to check that with the results later on. I think it was the fight for the last point of this. Wojciech Soltysic, winner of the day. Congratulations for this great flight. Well done.